Right, good morning guys, welcome back to the paint shop. So today we're going to be doing some more work on the RS1600. I'll show you where we are today. Obviously from the last video on this you saw where we were, but we've sort of mocked the front up. So we've got the inner wings on. They've only just been going on there just for a rough fit, you know, just to see where they are, because we've fitted these before and sometimes we have to extend the back here because they're a little bit short. So that's why we're getting it mocked up. We've got the lower bulkhead in there, that's all fitting really nice, and we've just put it in with some pop rivets for now. The floor's all drilled out, ready to weld in, but we've actually just got a few rivets in there to hold it in place. These are the turret supports that go up underneath the front inner wing, so we've just got some zinc spray on them ready for them to go in. So it's all coming together quite nicely and we're really happy with it. We're fitting a new dash in this as well because someone had hacked a big lump out of it here in the past, not sure what for. So yeah, the customer said, yeah, let's just put a new dash in it as well. So that's just sighted, you know, ready to be welded in. Nothing, none of this is really welded together at the moment, just all mocked up. You need to do that and get it all gapped up before you start welding it. Otherwise it could easily go pretty pear-shaped, you know, because there's always a bit of adjustment to do to get it all in the right place. So the next stage of this is to start getting the hinge supports on the upper bulkhead, so that what we'll do before the wings or anything go on, we'll get this front panel like clamped in here, a few spot welds in it, and then we can get the bonnet sitting on, obviously all nicely squared up to the scuttle round here, and we can get it squared up also to these front inner wings before we go any further. You know, that'll be our next step. So what Paul's going to do this morning is the scuttle that we've taken off the car. So he's going to start getting all the hinge mounting brackets off. You know, there's lots of bits on here that need to come off. Even these little brackets down here, they don't come on the new panel, and they're to hold the scuttle grill in. On the other side of it, you know, there's lots of bits on here. You've got all these for the fan mounting, various brackets for the steering column, and this is for the bonnet release cable to go to. So Paul's going to spend some time taking them bits off, and then all the little bits and pieces like that's on the back of this, we'll get them on the new one before we actually fit it. It's much easier working on the bench to do that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're going to get the bonnet brackets off. They're the first thing that we want to get on the car, like I say, so we can get the bonnet on, front panel clamped in there roughly, and just start, you know, getting the bonnet trued up with the inner wings before we go any further. So we've got the bonnet and the front inner wings on the Mk1 Escort. We've set our laser up just to get everything dead square. So I've got the lights off in the workshop, so I'm going to walk you in there. I'm really sorry it's going to go a bit dark, but it's the only way I can really show you on the camera, you know, how we've got it set up. So we've got our laser set up there, and you can see the lines on the car. And this line down here transfers right through under there, so you can see it's on our centre mark on our jig, and you can see we've got the car perfectly levelled across the front panel, and the vertical line is coming right through the centre of our starter hole. It's right up on the centre of our bonnet, you can just see that. And then in the car there's a line on the bulkhead that's dead centre. There's one on the roof there that you can see as well that's dead centre if I get out of the way. So what we've done, just to make sure everything's true, you can't really see this. I'm going to just quickly turn the lights on again so I can show you what we've done to transfer the line right through the car. Because basically, because the laser can't shine obviously through our jig, we've lost it on the floor at the back of the car. So we've got this dead centre hole here in the boot floor that you can see. We've dropped a plumb line through the floor and transferred that down onto the floor there. So we've had a piece of metal laying right through under the car that continued our laser where it stopped, right through to the back, and we've got our plumb line hanging right on that laser line underneath the car. So we just know that everything's dead square. You can see we've got a nice even gap down our wing rails to our bonnet, as you can see there. So we're really, you know, we've cracked it, we think. Like I say, when the lights are off, you could see all the lines. So we know we're, you know, dead square, dead straight to the chassis. So we're going to just carry on with this. Now we know that everything's sort of sitting in the right place, we're going to just get some pop rivets in this front panel to hold it in place. We can take all the grips off. Then we're going to take our A-post supports off so we can offer the wings on and just see how they gap up. So we're going to set you up on the camera. Paul's going to take over, and yeah, like I say, we're going to get that on, wings on, see how we get on with it.
So here we have an update on the wing situation. This is what we have to contend with. Gaps are questionable. Panel's too big, so the wing doesn't fit. So we will be trimming down the front panel to get some of these gaps right. Same on the passenger side. We've got too much front panel, and it is a better fit on this side, but we're still going to be trimming that corner, probably all the way around. We'll take a bit off, make it so we can move the wing over a bit more, get it in the right spot, close up that big gap, and round the back we have a nice big gap at the scuttle, but we can sort that. We will get there.
So I'm just going to walk you around this morning, Monday today, let you know what's happened over the weekend and the end of last week and what we've got going on this week. So Duncan got these panels painted for me, so they're all looking really nice. We've still got in the workshop this van, because it's got sliding doors, it has some rails, one that bolts along the sill and one that bolts up along the gutter, and then they bolt on here and here. Well, we haven't prepped and painted them yet, so Duncan's doing that this morning for me. Same with the rear doors, the hinges for the rear doors, we had them all sandblasted, but they're really pitted, so we've got to do a bit of filler work on them. So they can't go on the van until we've done them bits, so Duncan's doing them bits today. And there's the bonnet all painted. So that's what's happening in here. So we're going to go out here and show you a new arrival to the paint shop. There you go, little Mk1 RS1600. It's actually a South African import, this car, I believe. I've been told by the customer. So basically, someone's put the wrong wings on it. So we're going to be putting a pair of Mexico front wings on this one. And we've got to get all the doors fitting nice, because the doors don't fit very nice at all. We're going to be deleting all these bits of trim for him. Obviously give the whole car repaint, so full strip down, all the glass out, all the trims, handles, get these decals off the side. But also, as you can, I'll just show you this, so someone's put a bigger radiator in here, because it's got a bit of a tuned Pinto in it and they wanted some more cooling. But you can see the sort of job they've done trying to fit it. Yeah, it's just horrendous. So basically we are going to be taking all that out and trying to make it look as original Ford as we can. So we've got a new slam panel, well I think we've got all the new rad support panels and stuff that we're going to replace, just to try and make it look a bit more OEM. Also, the customers asked us if we can fit this to the car, which is an electric power steering setup, so we'll take you through the processes of doing that. Apparently it's got a bias pedal box in it, but the cylinders are actually, the reservoirs are on the cylinders, and they stop that system going in the car because there's not enough room. So we're probably going to adapt all that and put some reservoirs out in the engine bay, but we're not quite sure. We'll just go through that as we do it and see what happens. Also, we're going to get rid of the bonnet pin holes on the bonnet. So yeah, pretty little car, really nice. But you know, the doors don't fit, wrong wings, and he wants to just get rid of the trim. So like I say, a full repaint on that one. The Bedford van is outside in the sun. Started doing some polishing on that, so that's looking really nice, coming together. So hopefully once we've done these rails, I'll tell you about, they bolt up here for the top runners, and the bottom rails bolt along under the sill, and we can get the panels on it and start getting this thing moved forward and getting it built. So that's that. The orange Mk1 bubble arch Escort, I'm just striping that out to put his purple lines down it. You can see we've actually got the doors bolted on the car now to do that. I'll show you around this side. So we've got this door on and all gapped up, look, and all masked up, ready to finish the fine lining to do that. The bonnet here as well. Now I've got my van in the workshop because it's got the dreaded rotten injectors in it. I'll try and show you it, but the injectors started leaking really badly, and on closer inspection they're just really bad, and you can see how rusted in the head they are. They're really bad. So I'm currently trying to find someone that can come out with one of the special hydraulic pullers and get them out of there for me so I can get some new ones in. It even looks like the bolt, as you can see down next to that injector, the bolt that clamps the injector in, I think they'll break off as well. It's just apparently the scuttle on these leaks, and there's a plastic cover that covers all the injectors, and that leaks, and this whole area fills up with water and just rusts them away. You know, it still runs absolutely perfectly, but obviously it's got this, you know, looks like it's been under the North Sea for 5 years. So a bit of a pain with my van being off the road at the moment, so I sort of just need to get that sewn up. So if anyone knows anyone, you know, that goes out mobile and takes them out, I'd be interested to speak to them. Duncan is just prepping up. These are the runners I told you about that the doors run on. So Duncan, they're all really pitted, you know. We've had them sandblasted and in some anti-corrosive epoxy, but they just need a bit of filler on them to look really pretty. The Mk1 Rs1600, see, we started welding it up. So that's looking tidy. We've had all the front on, all really nicely squared up and everything. So as you can see, the wings went on and off this multiple times. You know, they don't fit that well. We're going to have to do a lot of work to make them fit. So we've got all the top strengthening places, all plates all spot welded in, all the inner wings done. We've still got this one to weld. You can see we've done that one and just started really getting the front all together. So we've had to cut this bit of the drip rail out here because this is obviously a genuine RS1600, and this is basically what Ford done to them at the factory to get that twin cam motor in there. So we've got all the hinge brackets in place, you know, the startings of the heater plenum. So we've got that all in there. We actually made this as a new one because the other one was quite rusty. All the upper scuttle is obviously welded to the dash to create that aperture in there. We've got all the floor welded up, you can see, down both sides. So, you know, it is coming together really, really well. So obviously plenty more footage to come on that, and you know, keep tuned in for that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so, and then you can just keep up with all our content. Next week's video we're going to be getting the Mk1 Bubble Arch Escort with its purple stripes on and get that all clear coated. So we take you right through the whole process of that. So like I say, thanks for watching and see you soon.